Hey everybody, it's Kate from KatyDid. Let's make a bracelet.
So many beautiful rocks. That's a nice thing to find on my way out.
Okay, it's time to make a bracelet from this Sodalite from Richardson Rock Ranch. Here's the slab. First thing we do is cut, cut, cut. I'm making an oval here, and please excuse the mess on my saw. Jim has roughed out the cabochon shape already. You can see the lovely dome. I should love that blue. In order to polish a cabochon, there are 6 wheels on our machine, and Jim has to go through every single one of them to make sure there are no scratches and it's really, really shiny. This is the beginning of the little blue beads that'll be on either side of the cabochon. Jim has already rounded it so it's nice and smooth. Now I'm going to drill a hole in it. I've already marked the center with a magic marker, although you can't see it here, and I will drill halfway through each side with my cool little Dremel tool and my very nice shoes. I figured out after this shot that I needed to start the center hole before I put it in the water, but it turned out pretty nice. Now here's Jim again working on the beads. We're trying to decide how low to make the edges, and I told him that they needed to be rounded and not pointed against the wrist. So here he goes. Oh no, the aerial view is exposing our messy bench. After all that, I get my stuff set to start weaving the wire in order to make the bracelet. I'm pretty bad at wire weaving and wire wrapping in general, but I've discovered that I can braid like a crazy woman. And so that's what I'm doing, a 4-braid strand to wrap around the cabochon. Just a little shout out here to CSL Designs on YouTube. She's got a great wire wrapping channel. So the 4-strand braid is pretty easy if you can remember the pattern. And it goes like this. Straighten it out, zoom in, here we go. It goes like, wait, this isn't very straight. Okay, let's try this again. Under, over, and cross. There you go, you got it, hooray! All right, now it's getting too fat over here. I better squeeze it down. Yeah, and it's too skinny over on this side. Just a little bit of a needle nose pliers will fix that. Once I decided that I was going to use the braid in order to do the cabochon, I had another problem. Most wire wraps are designed for pendants, and so they only have one connection on the top. And I needed 2. So I had to adjust. I had to figure out how I was going to connect the 2 cabochons and have handles at either end. They're not called handles, are they? They're called bails. Have a bail at either end. I used these alligator clips to hold the wires in place, and then I made another 4-strand braid. Cross. over, under, over, and cross. Under, over, and cross. See how easy that is? Okay, I've got both of my wires all braided up and ready to go. I still have lots of bits sticking out at the end. And I need to figure out how to make them stay together, how to secure them so that the cabochon will stay put and that they will make nice little bails on either end. I think what I'm going to do is take one of these and just wrap it around. That should hold it steady. So I'll just wrap it really tight, and hopefully I can make it tight enough that it'll just stay, and then I won't have to worry about the cabochon falling out. We'll see. There's something wrong here. The sides are uneven somehow. This is not what it looked like when I practiced on the other one. Maybe just a little tweak is all it needs. Does it fit now? Yeah, that looks better. It still slides around an awful lot inside of the weaving, but we'll get there. Now I'm going to do the same thing as I did on the other side. Wrap that wire around and around. Now that I've secured the wires on either end, I need to make them tighter, and I need to pull the little braid so that it goes around the cabochon itself. And I was so focused on trying to do this that I didn't even notice that the camera was not focused on what I was doing. I have to admit that I had to peer underneath the camera at my hands. Right here I'm using my cool tool to mash it down. You can see the dog ate it, so that's fun. Anyway, so once that's done, you just kind of stretch the braid all the way around the cab. And then you're left with the ends. Right here, I realize I have 7 strands instead of 6. And remember that I should have wrapped a second strand around the bottom where the cabochon is connected. No matter, we can take care of it now. And then I'm just using a simple braid in order to make the bail. Isn't it pretty? So after I bent the braid over to make the bail, I was left with all these little sticky outy things. What am I going to do with all these little sticky outy things? There's so many of them. There's 6 of them, and I've got to do something with them. Maybe I'll just bend them. Can I bend them over here? Maybe I can stick them underneath something. Maybe I can curl them. Maybe I can put them underneath the rest of it. Well, I'm starting to smash the bail so that it's not round anymore, so I'm going to have to straighten that out. I still have all these sticky outy things. Maybe I'll just braid the other side instead. That's a lot easier. I'll figure it out later. Now I'm going to make a big jump ring so that I can attach the bail to the chain that I'm going to make in just a little bit. And I have discovered that my needle nose pliers, in fact, are not round. They are sort of oval shaped if I wrap something around towards the top. And so I am trying very hard to make the jump ring round. To tell the truth, after all that, this jump ring was way too small and I had to make a different one. Here's how we're going to secure those beautiful blue beads. First, we're going to take the wire and just put a little curl in it. Just a little curl at the end. Isn't that pretty? And here's the blue bead. Doesn't that look like a blueberry? So fun. And then you take the little needle nose pliers and you take the wire again, and we're going to put another curl in, this one in the opposite direction, and we're going to curl it right up to the edge of the bead so that you have two places where it can get attached to the bracelet. And that's all there is to it. Next, we're going to make a clasp. This is a pretty easy thing to do. I have been buying them all this time, and now I realize that it would be super easy to just make them myself. Like everything else in this bracelet, this is just simple craft wire, and I have put a curl on one end and then made a little hoop and put another curl in the opposite direction. This is going to act as a hook, and it will grab onto that jump ring that I made earlier. Now we're going to look at how we make the chain. This is actually super easy and so much fun. Just two little curls, one in each in opposite direction, and then you connect them by bending it sideways. Don't bend it out, bend it sideways, and then bend it back. And that's all there is to making a chain. I can't believe how easy it was. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Kate from KatyDid. Keep on doing.